We can ask, can a painter create a scene the size of a pencil eraser? And the answer is yes, if it's in the hands of a great master like Jan van Eyck. When painters of the early Renaissance began to use oil as the basis for their painting, they were able to create photographic realism in their paintings. We'll return back to the Arnolfini Wedding Portrait and top it off with this amazing section which shows that scenes can be created the size of the pencil eraser. Let's begin. 10 woodcuts that surround the wedding ceremony show the stations of the cross. The first begins on the left of the mirror, near the bottom. Each remarkable scene is only a few millimeters wide. We begin with number 1, the agony in the garden. While Jesus prays, the disciples sleep. The second scene is the arrest of Christ as Judas approaches the soldiers and Christ is seized. The third woodcut shows the flagellation, where Christ is tied to a column and scourged. The fourth woodcut is Christ carrying the cross. Christ is bent under the crossbeam and flanked by soldiers. At the very center at the top is the crucifixion, which is the central climax. A tiny upright cross with Christ's figures shows with the faint suggestions of 2 thieves. In the sixth station, we see the descent from the cross, where Christ's body is lowered. 7 is the entombment, where figures bend over Christ's body as it is placed in the tomb. The 8th station shows the events that happened on Holy Saturday, with the harrowing of hell, where Christ breaks the doors of Hades and frees the righteous dead. Station 9 is the resurrection as Christ rises from the tomb. Just a reminder, these scenes are the size of a pencil eraser. Quite remarkable. Not only that, this painting was created 600 years ago. What was the glaze like when it was first created? We're looking at something that's lasted for 600 years, and yet still it's remarkable to our eyes. Station 10 is the ultimate triumph in the Ascension, where Christ rises to heaven. I'm David Ott, inviting you to learn more about these events that happen in art and history and architecture, but most of all music, on LearnSirza.com. Recently, art historian Margaret Coster has shown that the portrait may not actually be a proposal or a marriage ceremony at all, but actually a memorial to the bride who died a year before the portrait was painted. Part of the reason for that is the unclasped hands, which shows the letting go of the bride to the groom. So it has a sad ending.